Macedonia historically, we are in the crossroads between Europe and Asia. And from the time of Alexander, this was a huge advantage. But now we're turning this strategic location right here as an economic advantage for companies to enter into Europe through Macedonia. We passed the law to have one zone where companies can set up with no taxes, a financial headquarters. Brussels didn't like that. It doesn't matter. We're going to do it anyway. But we're hugging them and making sure they're comfortable with it. Western Europe isn't so keen to pro-business policies. So since we're an EU-compliant country, we are trying to be nice with them to get them to understand that this is very good for us and our unemployment, and therefore will be good for everyone else. Commercial buildings. So unfortunately, when we got our freedom from Yugoslavia, almost overnight, our manufacturing industry collapsed because the markets collapsed and there was a lot of chaos in that transition. We're left with about 400 empty factories, and what our government has done is we've identified those factories and we make those available for foreign investors. So if you don't want to build a new factory in one of our tax-free economic zones, we'll provide you with one of these buildings. And I would say out of 400, 300 I wouldn't show you, but 50 to 75 or so are ready to go. They might need some lipstick, they might need some support, but we're going to provide incentives just as if you would go into one of these free zones, if you want to go into one of these brownfield buildings. We overcame being a small country. We're a small country. Don't think of Macedonia as a great place to come and sell something because it's not a lot of people, we don't have a lot of money, and frankly, we're a little bit cheap. But we overcame being small because we signed free trade agreements with every single country in Europe, whether the ones in the EU and also the ones not in the EU, and it also included Ukraine and Turkey. So if you make something in Macedonia and you export it, you can export it with free trade to 650 million customers, a market that's almost twice the size of the United States. We are, there's no doubt about it, we are the most competitive, most pro-business country in all of Europe. Most of the large companies from the United States and Germany and Italy and the UK are building new manufacturing facilities in our tax-free zones. So if you build a factory in this zone, you basically have a 10-year tax holiday. You have no taxes for corporate profit tax. You have no personal income tax, no duties on imported materials, no VAT, no property tax. No taxes for 10 years. And in each zone, we have a customs office, a customs building. So when your truck is ready to go and be shipped to this big market outside of Macedonia, it's already cleared in customs inside the zone. So whether it has to get take an hour to the nearest border or 2 hours, depending where you're at, it's already cleared. So when you get to the border, it's cleared and there's no delays at the border. And we have 12 zones. I think 4 or 5 are operational at the moment, and we're putting in about 2 or 3 every year now. So in the next couple of years, we'll be done. But you would rent the land for 99 years, and here's the price. It's 10 euro cents per meter square. So if you want 20,000 per year, if you want 20,000 square meter land, the rent is 2,000 euros, a little more than $2,000 a year for 99 years. It's not me talking about how great these are. Financial Times has said we have the most cost competitive zones in all of Europe, and actually in 3 categories, in 3 sizes. We have the lowest taxes in all of Europe, some of the lowest in all of the world. It's a flat 10% corporate profit tax, and there's no tax on reinvested profits. There's no tax, and what's happening now is over 90% of the investors are reinvesting, and that's exactly what we wanted to do. We are now getting investments from China and from India on companies that want to make a product that's going to go into Europe. They're going to be doing it in Macedonia. And even though our wages are a little bit higher, the cost savings for logistics and the just-in-time delivery has made us more competitive than bringing it from China. There's basically 2 things we're doing that's red hot, and it's why we're performing so well. And as mentioned earlier, it was manufacturing for export, and the other one is outsourcing any type of professional service. Call centers, BPO, business process outsourcing, IT, CAD/CAM engineering, architectural design, and research and development. We know that the young people don't want to work in a factory, maybe the older guys like me, but the young people don't want to work in a factory, so we're focusing on these sectors. The best thing to do is not to believe me. Don't believe the World Bank. come as my guest. If you come to Macedonia, you'll be my VIP guest. We'll take you to the American Chamber of Commerce. We'll take you to all the American companies you want to talk to. You can ask them, tell me the best and worst things about Macedonia. They'll tell you. We'll take you to whatever government official you need to see, whether it's the prime minister or a deputy prime minister. You'll have the attention of my cabinet. Zorica will work out the details and getting you there to our cabinet.